Okay, welcome home. I'm your anime manga mom. How's your week been? I have had a crazy week. It has been very stressful. End of the month always is for me. I have a lot of, logs and paperwork to sort and uh, turn in, make sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. But also, I came down with something and I was very ill for a few days, but I powered through and I'm back. But that does mean that my anime watching has been lax this week. I've only been watching My Hero Academia in Japanese sub or Japanese dub. Um, yeah, just my comfort anime right before bed. That's what I've been doing. I have been catching up on the JJK manga. I still have about 4 chapters left. I did read about 5 today. Um, so I really and that's spoiler territory. So I don't really want to get into that and disturb anybody's experience of that. So I will just keep my mouth shut. But I figured today I would talk about a phenomenon that I've noticed when I'm wearing anime merch. I tell you, you know, I I'm just weird enough that I will wear my anime merch. My son's about big enough that he's definitely big enough that I can steal his clothes. So if he has any anime clothes, I will try and talk him out of them. Uh, you know, I like my own. We have our separate tastes. But I was at the grocery store and I was wearing my Tokyo Ghoul shirt, and the cashier stopped me. He's like, "What is Tokyo Ghoul about?" And so I went into a spiel about how it's in a world where there are humans and ghouls, and uh, Kaneki, the protagonist, has to kind of find his place because he acquires attributes of a ghoul. So it's, you know, I warned him that the manga is definitely better, and that each season kind of has like a little hiccup, like you have to reset your thinking, like where you are in the story, some reorient yourself basically. But if you give it time, it will happen. I do think they need to do Tokyo Ghoul Brotherhood treatment, because I mean it is a fantastic story. The anime is great. The artwork was great. I just think that they could have done a little bit smoother of a transition between the seasons, and been a little bit more true to the manga. Anyway, beside the point. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a store, out shopping for shoes with my son, grocery store, GameStop, wherever. How many times I've been out and people will just come up to me and start talking to me about anime because I'm wearing the clothes. I was at the parade and I was wearing a Katsuki Bakugo shirt, and somebody's like, "I love your shirt," from the float, and I was like, I said thank you, but I should have said plus ultra, anyway, but my son, when he wears anime shirts, he doesn't get approached as often. Maybe because he's 15 and he has that whole "don't talk to me" face going on. But he also says maybe because I'm female. But I don't know. I get little kids, like, small children, they'll come up and talk to me about it. I get teenagers all the time. Most of the time it's the cashiers. Uh, Especially if they're guys, they'll talk to me about it. Girls kind of wait for you to ask, but if I see them wearing pins, like anime pins, I'm like, "Oh, do you like anime?" And yeah, so I tell you, it's like being in a secret club. There's a secret handshake and everything, but and the people who notice that you're wearing anime merch and they talk to you about it, those are my people. Those are the ones who really love anime, and they just are looking for somebody that they can express that to. So I encourage you to wear your anime merch out and about, and see if you get chatted up. If people like to share the same experiences. Now, I've been a nerd all my life, and I've worn nerdy shirts. Mm, I guess since becoming an adult, I guess there weren't as many options when I was a teenager. I tell you, Hot Topic was not a thing yet. So, but there was Star Wars and some things like that. Um, but yeah, I guess in my adulthood, I've worn a lot of t-shirts that have shown my nerdiness side, get a kind of Lord of the Rings emblem or something like that. But people wouldn't come up and talk to you about it. Nobody'd be like, "Ah, you're a fan of Gandalf, I see." No, nobody does that. But they'll say, "Oh, you like Naruto? Check it. Ah, I love what's his name? Shikamaru." Yeah. But yeah, people talk about anime. They're like, "Oh, have you seen Sailor Moon?" And I'm like, "Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Is it good? I mean, do you recommend it?" And they're like, "Oh, well, if you're into like the old-fashioned styles, or whatever." But yeah, you'll get people's honest opinions, their loves. You get to like try and say, "No, no, no. You must try this." So, it is I love the anime fandom. I know that there are parts of it that are toxic and a lot of people really hate it. Um, and I get that. I do. I go on Reddit all the time. But I tell you, if you have a specific question that is a little more nuanced and hard to figure out, and you type it in, your answer is going to come up in Reddit. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people in that same thread that are talking about how they, you know, poop, just whatever. They'll have their dumb opinions, they'll have their memes, and who doesn't want to come just for the memes, right? But they'll have they'll have there's a lot of 12-year-old boys who have access to the internet and live on Reddit, and they have not quite learned how to relate to others in the world, and they have a very kind of one track mind. If they like something, that's what they like, that's it, and then if you don't like it, you're trash. But I say that's part of you know being young and inexperienced, and then you have some trolls, some basement dwellers, but that's also where you find the most like thoughtful and analyze processes. Somebody will come up with an answer to your question. So anyways, the world is a scary place. There are a lot of creeps out there. Be careful, but wear your anime shirt while you're doing it. Or a necklace or a sweater or hoodie or whatever. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a great holiday season, and I'll talk to you again next time. All right? All right. Bye bye.